If you have looked up at some of the trees in our parks nearby, you may have seen some massive webs. Turns out they're made by fall webworms, not spiders. Berner with Davey Trees tells us how these webs can affect trees.
Hi, I'm Berner, certified arborist with Davey Tree, and I'm here to talk about fall webworms. Fall webworm is a common insect here in Middle Tennessee that starts to appear in the late summer to early fall. Now, the adult stage of this insect is a white moth with black spots, but the most recognizable and most damaging stage of this insect is the caterpillar. You may have noticed around town these large webs on the branches of trees that kind of looks like a spider web on steroids. That's actually made from the fall webworm caterpillar, and they'll use these webs for shelter, for protection from predators, and to feed on the foliage. So those webs will tend to get bigger as those caterpillars feed and as those caterpillars get bigger. And this can affect a large variety of tree species, such as hickories, oaks, sycamores, cherries. Basically, any deciduous tree in the area could be affected from fall webworm. Now, the good news is that while this may be an eyesore on the trees, fall webworms rarely cause long-term damage to a healthy and well-established tree, and most trees will recover in the following season. Although some trees may be more susceptible to damage from fall webworms following seasons of drought or extreme heat in the summer. So if you have fall webworms on your property and you're wondering what to do about them, it is possible to prune out or destroy the nests. That's the fastest way to clear the invasion. But it's also best to ensure the health of your trees. And that can be with proper practices such as watering, mulching, pruning, or even fertilization. Typically, we don't recommend insecticides as they can be harmful to beneficial insects and they can disrupt the ecosystem. So if it's necessary to apply them, it's best to apply them when the caterpillars are still small. Now, webworms are a natural part of the ecosystem, and while they can be unsightly and cause temporary damage to trees, they rarely cause long-term damage to a healthy and well-established tree. So in most cases, it's okay to let them remain, as their webs can provide nesting sites and food sources to other beneficial insects, spiders, and wildlife. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to your local arborist. Thank you very much.
Well, good tips. I'd honestly never heard of a fall webworm, so now the more you know, huh?
I've seen the webs, but didn't realize. I thought, oh boy, what kind of spider? It's interesting to know and some of the tips on how to treat them.
Sounds like for the most part, you can just let them be unless it's causing you a real headache or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, so to check out other helpful tips and information, you can head over to newschannel5.com/letmehelp. And if you have a question, please email us at letmehelp@newschannel5.com.